I think some areas that we need to be better at is our blocking, the technique of blocking in general, but also we're not doing as well as we'd like on some of our matchup blockings and some of the strategy that we have going into matches. So that will be a huge focus for us the next week. We also, I've talked a couple times up here in getting swings out of transition, meaning we're getting a lot of touches on defense, but the attack that we're putting back over is not as strong as we'd like it to be. So those are two areas that we can continue to be a lot better at, and we're going to get the opportunity to work on that this week, which is kind of nice. We have kind of a normal week this week. We talked a lot about the importance of taking care of our opportunities at home in this crazy conference race, which we know it's going to be. So we obviously started that off in a very positive way this weekend, so very proud of our kids. We head into this weekend with a very tough road swing. We head to Creighton and Drake, and it's always a tough one for us. This year we start off with Creighton, and Creighton is at 7-5 right now, but I think that is very misleading. All of their losses came early in the season when they were without both of their starting middles. And one of their middles tore ACL, so she's obviously out for the season. The other middle had an ankle injury and was out for most of the preseason. So since that middle's been back, they're 5-0. So they've definitely gotten on a roll. They had a road swing last weekend with Southern and Evansville and just crushed both those teams, and that's usually an extremely tough road trip. So they're playing very well. I think the hard part about them is they're very strong on both ends. They're leading our conference right now in hitting percentage, which shows the kind of offensive talent they have. And then on the other side, they have they're leading the conference in blocks and second in digs. So defensively, they're very strong as well. We're going to get some opportunity to watch them on tape, but they have a lot of people returning from last year, so we feel pretty good about that we know what they're capable of. Head to Drake, and Drake had one of its best starts ever, 14-0 in the non-conference schedule. And everybody's like, well, they didn't play anybody, which is not true. They have some good wins under their belt. And in my opinion, when you can go 14-0, it doesn't matter who you play. You've done a really good job. They headed into conference last week and it had the same Southern Evansville, and they lost their first match of the year, but it was in 5 games. So a very tough Drake team. Obviously, you have that interstate rivalry there, which is always a lot of fun, and a lot of those kids have played with kids on our team, so I think that throws a whole nother factor in there. But we always have a tough match at Drake. It seems like year in and year out. They right now probably have what I would say is the fastest offense as far as our conference goes. Very quick both at the pins and in the middle. Their libero right now is digging 7 digs per game, which is leading the conference, and the next closest is Ellie with 5.5. So obviously we need to keep the ball away from her. She does a really good job. So again, a team that's also good offensively and defensively. We're looking forward to this week to be able to prepare for both of them, and also the things that we need to get better at. So looking forward to a good week.